What is up, guys? McDouble's back again with a brand new video, and today we're gonna play Absolute Zero, a Frost PvP build, and just give it a try. Level it from 1 to 60, see if it's any fun. I'll give you my take on the state of PvP in Ascension right now, and we'll wrap it all up. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's jump right in. So, okay, guys, you can see my guy right now at max level, but I want to tell you guys a story of how we got here first. So, first of all, I started the game with a brand new epic enchant. I'll show you where I got it on the screen right now, and it was with Absolute Zero. So, the whole idea for the build came from this right here, Frost Nova. I actually did obtain it. You can see Frost Nova unlocked. I also went with the Ice Barrier, Fell Armor, Summon Void Walker. I was thinking to myself, let's make a PvP build. This is something that you maybe have a chance to have fun with, I told myself. A Frost build. We all know Frost builds are good right now, but of course, like any good build in the game right now, you need a lot of the broken epics in order to make it work. You need broken CC, and you need very specific heroic Bloodforged gear to pump insane amounts of damage. But I still wanted to give it a try because I've really just been itching for it, you know? Like, I crave being able to high risk 1 to 60 and actually have fair fights against people who have, you know, a fair amount of abilities, like an equal amount to me. So it comes down to skill, you know? So whenever I get those fights where you realize, oh, you only have about the same amount of CC and utility as me and the same gear, oh, it's gonna be a fair fight. Oh my god, I'm in it, man. So that's what I wanted to do. I was extremely impressed then when I picked up Frost Nova and used the Absolute Zero spell for the first time. First of all, I'll show it to you guys here. This is what it does. I'm not even gonna read it out to you. This is what it does. It transforms Nova into an AoE that does damage, and after 5 seconds of a player being in here, they get stunned for 3 seconds. It's extremely fun to use. It's extremely cool, and I'm gonna end up combining it with the following talents you can see right here. The first of which being the Ice Flows talent, 33% reduced cooldown on Absolute Zero, and even the random enchants as well, which you can see I've already started to try, which is going to reduce it by a further 15%. This puts Absolute Zero on a 10-second cooldown, meaning I can actually potentially have more than one of them up at a time, and it was just fun. So I start off in some low-level BGs, and if I'm honest with you, right off the bat, this starts to shine. It shines in a variety of different ways, even so much as to give me a 1v2, as you guys can see right here, where these two guys followed me all the way up the stairs as my opponent was actually holding the flag right below me. Now, my team is going to go for a last-ditch effort in this clip to go and cap that flag by killing my EFC. But these two guys decided not to defend their flag carrier, but instead to go for me. Maybe they got cocky. It was 3 minutes left. We were both in turtle mode. So I had two people not playing with their flag carrier, both going for me, and as you can see, both of them got absolutely destroyed, all because of the Absolute Zero getting off insane random stuns that they could not have expected. Now, I do end up getting to max by playing in this same kind of way, and we do end up picking up some really amazing stuff all along the way, one of which being, and I'll show you right here, the Ursul's Vortex. You would think a 8-second duration spell that seems to match the wind right there, combined with the fact that it pulls people back into the circle, would be perfect with Absolute Zero, and it is. I also got an AoE stun, and it's all playing together to make Absolute Zero have as much setup potential as humanly possible. Now, my problem is that I don't have the Death Coil. My stun has too much setup with the Capacitor Totem, so it's less on demand, and I have to go away real quick so I can finish showing you guys these things. I also don't have everything else you would possibly need. An interrupt, for example, a silence, anything like that, right? So I'm at a huge disadvantage against what's considered meta right now. Despite that, I took it into some max level BGs. So in the very first BGs I did with this, of course, item level quite low, haven't done much PvP yet this season. I did feel like, while Absolute Zero was awesome for things like zoning, for setting up kills, just for feeling like you're playing the hero, if I did encounter people with all the perfect silences, with the roots and all the death coils and the psychic horrors and the hammer of justice and the garrotes and just everything you need to just layer CC and then one-shot somebody, of course I didn't have much of a chance. However, we did actually end up getting into different BGs, those BGs of which we not only didn't lack a healer, that's another big thing. If your BG doesn't have a healer and the enemy team's side of it does, you're screwed. But not only did I actually have a healer in some of these fights, allowing me to stay in the fight with the Absolute Zero combos, but as I just started playing it more, I realized that it was actually intensely fun to play that hero role, to run into the middle of the fight, to try to make sure you can group up 4, 5, or 6 people at a time with the Absolute Zero Ursul's Vortex combo, with the Capacitor Totem, and overall, it just drew me to the build. And even though I'm playing a build that is pretty much meta right now in PvP, I'm playing it in an off-meta way that gives me that feeling, at least, of feeling like I did something myself, feeling like I built something unique, and feeling like I can still win, because the Frostbolt alone, the Frost Bomb alone is very, very good. So it was a whole lot of fun overall, and we topped BG charts the entire time. Let's jump into some BGs, and I'll show you what happens live. Okay, let's try BG at max. I'm wearing mostly PvP gear right now, which is not good, apparently. Apparently, PvP gear is not good for PvP, and you need a lot of heroic blood-forged PvE gear if you want to compete. So, despite that, I just want to see how we can do with Frost Bomb, Absolute Zero, Frostbolt, the whole 9 yards, man. Okay, I've got a stun going with an Absolute Zero chained into it. He feared me. I trinketed that because I just want to go in. I'm going to Ursul's Vortex so that he cannot run. Oh, no, see a freaking random coil. Because why not? Another Absolute Zero. He just got stunned. And I think that stun counts as a freeze. Can I kill this guy? This other dude's on me too, though. Let's Frost Bomber. Ice Barrier. LOS for a hot second. Okay, I guess it didn't matter. Another Absolute Zero. Look at all these Absolute Zeros! This is literally the best showcasing of it that I've actually ever seen, even throughout my play so far. I know this other guy's low, but he's going to die to the AoE. Isn't that insane? Unless I die. Oh my god. Another Absolute Zero. No, feared again. See how much CC there is in this game? Like, oh my god. This is insane that I can use this build and I don't feel bloated. Like, I just keep imagining if Absolute Zero Ursul's Vortex Capacitor was on any class from actual WoW, it would be a broken class. Look, she got pulled back into my Absolute Zero. Isn't that just awesome? But actually, it's not a broken class on Ascension because you could just Fear, Entangling Roots, Death Coil, Stun. Okay, I had to retreat from that fight because like 6 of them were coming, and this dude, he's trying to finish what he started, the Manier guy. Oh no, he's not gonna fight me alone. But yeah, it's just very interesting to play. Like, I really think this is fun to play. I just wish that people had like a soft cap, maybe no, a hard cap of 3 epics per character, and that they just removed things like Death Wish and stuff from the epic slot. Anything that increases damage, Rapid Fire, Arcane Power, and they put it down to the rare slot. And then maybe take, I don't know, Mortal Strikes and Aim Shots and the Arcane Barrages of the world and just make those commons, dude. And I think that the game would just be better. Again, only if that stuff happened with a hard cap of 3 epics. You would just get more skillful PvP and people couldn't just gimmick you out of stuff. So, I mean, maybe 3 is too little, maybe 4, but I wouldn't go higher than 4. But still, it's an interesting thing to think about. Okay, I just Arcane Presence, the Frost Bomb. Honestly, a really good pick. All right, let's go on this guy. I kind of want to blink in. Oh, wait, no. Everybody's too spaced. I'm going to actually Absolute Zero right here. See, one thing I noticed about Absolute Zero is that it literally just buys you space. Melee don't want to go in there. A lot of people don't even realize what it does. They just think, oh, that's probably a lot of damage on me. And then the people who do know what it does, they still kind of don't sometimes because they don't want to get stunned. If they're in it for too long, if they get perma-CC'd, which Ascension tends to do to you, they're screwed inside that. Okay, I got charged. Let's stun this guy with the Absolute Zero on top. And I'm actually going to Ursul's Vortex him. And so he's not getting out of the Absolute Zero. Yep, see, he got pulled right back in. Not enough, unfortunately, to stun him, but he was only 1 away. Insta-feared. I got this guy stunned. He got stunned from Absolute Zero because I recasted it, and it actually refreshed the stacks. How am I still alive? I can blink in. Absolute Zero on top of the blink. It's just not enough without my CC, you know? All right, let's get ready to do an Absolute Zero on top of him. Well, you ready for this? Here we go. Ursul's Vortex. You're not getting out. Are you in here with me, or am I in here with you? All right, they're all going to get stunned. Look at that. Capacitor Totem. They're all in it. This guy's going to get double stunned. Oh my god. Holy crap. There's another one. This is Pog, dude. Where is my team? That was totally the play of the game right there. If this was like League of Legends or something, man. I got like 4 of them in my CC combo. And I was not dying because I think I have a healer. That dude's also the play of the game player right there, my friend. Okay, we've got to destroy Shit Gobbler. He's still alive over there, but we got to go for this guy. We have to do like a tactical switch, you could say. You can see how much gear I could still have because I've been hit for like a 1500 Frostbolt. And I'm critting 900s right now, dude. I'm not even trying to get out of it anyway, but there's a Capacitor Totem. There we go. They're all in it now. Okay, she's gonna die. Yep, I got her. Shit Gobbler's right on top of me. Another Absolute Zero. You're not getting out. Hopefully. Oh my god. Ice Barrier. It's a shorter... oh, I got feared. It's a shorter GCD. So I can really go for it and get some damage. Another Absolute Zero. I'm right in the middle of the fight. This is what I planned for by having Voidwalker in the shields. Although the Voidwalker is dead right now. I think Alexi is healing, dude. Are you healing, little Alexi? Is that what you're doing? That's pretty cringe. I don't want any healers on the enemy team, dude. Another Absolute Zero right in the middle of the fight. Wow, this is actually working, man. They have a lot of people that just outgear the hell out of us, too. Or at least outgear the hell out of me. I don't know about the rest of my team. If it wasn't for the healer keeping me up, I probably couldn't make this happen right now. And this isn't planned, so it's just lucky. Because of the healer, man, we actually do have somewhat of a chance right now. All right, I'm going in. Absolute Zero. All right, there we go. I think Norika is the healer. Capacitor Totem, all of them. Am I going to die? Ice Barrier? I think they're all about to get stunned. All right, another absolute zero. Oh my goodness. I think I'm surviving, but I couldn't do any damage at the end of the day. Healing is something else, man. Let's absolute zero right here. Create hopefully a bit of a gap, or at least disincentivizing them. No, we're losing this. We're outnumbered in this fight. We might be able to run away, but we're definitely losing the fight. I can absolute zero for the healer and just sit on these melee with all my frost spells. Cast a rank 1, I guess, on this guy real quick. Anything. Okay, so the game just ended, and it looks like we got destroyed. However, I did come in first place in terms of just, like, potential, and actually, that's a max level BG. First place damage, too, interestingly. So this is, like, a lot of potential, man. My gear is Garbo, and I don't even have full enchants. All right, again, absolute zero. Ursul's Vortex. Frost Bomb. Stun. All of my AoE has already gone off at this point. I just don't want to die before killing somebody. Another absolute zero. Sacrifice. That's a shield. Greater healing myself mid-fight. So is that other person too. I want this person to die. This just gotta die. Everybody else has run out of the fight at this point. Okay, they did die. They died to an Ice Lance ultimately. I'll take it. Nice. There we go. We're finally getting some decent crits. I cannot wait to have more gear, to be honest with you. All right, absolute zero on this guy. I do have mana problems, but luckily I did choose the life tap. Let's just go for the stun right there. It's going to stun both of them. Actually, one of them was already dead. Dude, look at this shit. Oh my god, that's amazing. I'm so happy with how this is playing right now. So I just got into a dream Warsong Gulch where most people are like kind of normal, if that makes sense. But also there's like no healers, I think, either. So like there's no like one team has a healer, one team doesn't disparity. That always ruins it. I'm just going to go for the Frostbolt. Hope to proc that Frostbomb twice. He already died. Let's go this way. All right, there we go. Ursul's. He's going to get sucked back in. What? He was in that when it started. What? All right, never mind. It's okay. We can easily set this stuff up again. There, Capacitor Totem. This is perfect. This is perfect. It's a double stun. Instant Frost Bomb. Oh my god, he's already dead. It was the wrong person to bomb, but still. Dude, this is insane. So the point is just to spam Frostbolt and Frost Bomb first if you can, because it obviously just means more damage. But I've also got the Ice Lance if I just want a little bit extra push. Sometimes I have the, and often I do, have the Fingers of Frost up. That's going to make Ice Lance crit. When Ice Lance crits, it's triple the damage. All right, Ice Barrier. And by the way, when Ice Barrier goes away, it Novas, the traditional Nova, that is. Everybody. Let's go for the stun right there. I got her. Yep, absolute zero. Okay, Ursul's too. She's not getting out of it. So oh wait, come on now. She's supposed to get, yeah, there we go. Sucked right back. Absolute zeros put out. Oh my god, this is it. I don't want to frost bomb you. You're dead. Let's go to Miasm. Who cares about the KBs right now? I want to win the fight. All right, there we go. That guy's dead too. They're spawning. I actually do have the ice block and I don't have cold snap and stuff, so that kind of throws me off, but I do need to get used to using it more. I also don't want to die to this guy's dots. Luckily, there we go. Ice block them all off. I'm going to relax in the block for a second. I do have that privilege. Okay, I got destroyed, unfortunately. It is what it is. It was a long fight. I feel like I got so lucky with Ursul's Vortex. Like, I see Capacitor Totem all the time, but you never really see Ursul's Vortex. This is the perfect build for it. The only thing that would have been better than Capacitor is maybe just the Shadow Fury, because it's a faster setup. Okay, I'm on this guy real quick just to avenge a teammate. He's going to die. Yeah, he's dead. Okay, I'll take that. All right, there we go. This is actually a big fight. Absolute zero with the Ursuls. Come on, Trasher. No. Oh, I just barely. It was too slow. I didn't know he even had that ability, but still, you could have predicted that he's going to run away. It was a crapshoot. It was a freaking risky play, but look at this. We have the bomb up, and we're spamming the bolt. Nothing but crits. There we go. Let's go on Porphyria. I think that's how you say that. I actually really like that name. It's one of those names where you feel like if you knew how to pronounce it, it would be pretty. All right, let's actually not die right here. Kind of want to reduce the cooldown on Blink. I might actually do that. I'm not actually talented perfectly. I have my boring old leveling talents up right now. I haven't even adjusted it for max level PvP. I hate when a demon or a pet in general is on you and you just like can't do anything about it. And so it keeps you from like eating, from mounting, all sorts of stuff. There we go. It finally dismissed itself. Yeah, this is actually amazing. Like actually when you have a team to support you, this can be insane, dude. Like actually insane. Like there have been some fights so far where just rogue types get up on me. I'm perma CC'd. There's no way out of it. Perma silence. Nothing to do. But if you can sit in the back and like pick your fights, know when to go in for the absolute zero with Ursul's Vortex, the Capacitor Totem combos, very, very strong. So here's a really good point, I think, to try. They're going to probably go in here. I'm going to stun right there. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. This guy's at least absolute zeroed. I am feared. I am feared again. Cool. Let's just absolute zero again. We can actually get multiple of them going. Like I've reduced the cooldown by so much. Let's just blink this way. I really do want to reduce that cooldown on blink. That needs to happen. Right, this miasm person, but we can actually absolute zero him. keep him in there with the Ursul's Vortex. Perfect combo once again. See, he's like getting zippy-zipped all over the place. And they eventually get stunned, dude. It's so cool. Look at this little gnome. They have a Noggin Fogger going. They're extra tiny. Nobody saw them, dude. I had to point them out. My other teammates pointed them out as well. We're going now. All right, Absolute Zero the door. Stun the door. Let's not let her out. She's going to get stunned. Yep, she's so stunned, dude. All right, yeah. Easy mode. Easy mode. We're 2 caps in now, guys. We're going to win. I'm playing for the Alliance right now. All right, big fight, but I'm That's like what I'm talking about. That's not good. Can we kill this guy before we inevitably die? I have Frost Bomb up on him. I'm spamming Frostbolt. Oh, he got one shot, I think, at the end. No, he barely lived. Dude, we're first. 17-6. I did not do the most damage, though. Holy crap. I'll definitely take it. It's a lot of fun. I want to keep going, though. The build's so fun to play, so let's keep it up, guys. So what can I say right now, guys? Absolute Zero for PvP right now is super freaking fun. And don't get me wrong. Like, they really do need to reduce the amount of epics people have some way, somehow. Only specific ones, the CC, the interrupts, mostly the CC. But when you're actually able to play your class, it's insanely fun, dude. It's so freaking amazing to Absolute Zero. And then they can't, you know, they're getting slowed, but then they can't get out of it with the Ursul's Vortex. That's already such a badass combo. Oh, you tried to get out? Oh, nope. I set up a capacitor totem beforehand, and then I go for another Absolute Zero. It's awesome, dude. I don't know about the PvE efficacy of Frost builds right now, though. Like, let's just see what my AoE looks like, right? So if I walk up to this thing, I Absolute Zero, I get off a Frost Bomb, and I just go for the Frost Bolts for that AoE. Like, where does this actually go right now? I'm just going to keep spamming this out. We'll get some DPS going on it. Go for another Absolute Zero here. They all get stunned. Is that counting as a deep freeze effect? It's actually hard for me to figure out. See, it's not that much. Of course, I'm in full PvP almost right now, but 3k DPS AoE is nothing. Like, my Worgen build, I don't even know what I was really doing on it, and I did 9k in the last video. Again, there was so much room to grow that. So, okay, maybe it's not an AoE powerhouse. Let's find some talents to get improved blink. Reduce that mana cost, reduce that cooldown, give me damage reduction when I use it. It all just sounds just delicious, man. So, okay, I found 3 talent points basically by getting rid of Frostbite, and I still have 1 left actually at this point. I'm going to put it in improved blink though, like I said. We now have a 28-second cooldown. That's super powerful. That's going to be so much better than what I had going for me before. I'm mostly into the Frost Tree right now. I don't have the Cone of Cold, sadly. That would be really great if I did. I'll put that last point, I guess, into the Frostbite. Maybe have some RNG going for me. We'll figure out something else as we keep playing, but this is insanely fun, dude. And we did complete our Battleground Daily. Nice. That's a lot of honor, guys, when you do that. And that's going to be more PvP gear. Although, like I said, the PvP gear doesn't seem to be that good, so I might have to waste money on PvP gear off the auction house. Imagine that you have to use gold to buy PvP gear for your whole set. But call to arms right there. Boom. Do we get anything good from the call board caches, actually? For this in particular? It's the same stuff as for PvE, I think. But you could buy PvE gear and go full damage. And I wonder if that's just better, which would be so horrible if it is. But if I have to do it to be competitive right now for the videos, I guess I will, right? I'm not fully enchanted. The only stuff that's actually affecting me right now is the haste, the hit rating, the ice flows to reduce that cooldown of the Absolute Zero. Interesting. Ice block as well. Lunar guidance is more damage. I guess Fierce Mind is giving me some more damage, but it's basically irrelevant. But the rest of the stuff's all kind of miscellaneous. There's lots of room. Maybe we go Fingers of Frost enchants. I'm not really too sure yet. But right now, we're also only using 2 epics. Pendulum, which is basically filler, and Absolute Zero. So there's so much room, man. Yo, there we go. Okay, first kill in high risk of the whole season at max level. I'll definitely take it. We're the same gear. The only thing that made my HP higher was my fort, I think, but I could check the clip to see if he had fort too. Nope. I do feel pretty busted in that matchup. That guy did not have a lot of overpowered spells, unfortunately. And so I say unfortunately because we need to see how we can perform when people have a crazy OP amount of perfect death coils, stuns, dragon's breath, and stuff like that. Not when somebody's more normal, like, you know, well, like that gnome was, right? So currently I am in the Plaguelands, and I'm doing these high-risk daily quests, and that was the first guy I found, just tracking dead bodies from dead quest mobs. So I'm going to keep running around like the old days and see if I can find anybody else to kill. Sadly, there was nobody else out here for me to fight. However, I was able to do some interesting farming of stuff. I farmed out all the quest mobs fairly easily with Absolute Zero with the Frost Bomb. I know I didn't go over the Frost Bomb because I made a video on it before, and I feel like it's very known for people that play this game, but Frost Bomb, just to make it make sense, is a bomb I put on my target. As I frostbolt that target, it actually will blow up for AoE with each frostbolt, and that's pretty strong. They've buffed buffed it since the old days. They gave it water elemental synergy, but sadly I don't have that. You know, you're never going to get everything you want, sadly. And also there is a little bit of extra stuff where it says when the bomb goes away, it kind of blows up and it slows everybody and it gives you some haste and stuff like that as well. I also tried farming these Scarlet guys in Hearthglen, and I think you can actually farm an epic enchant here because I was getting these legendary things. I got 5 of them by the end of it all, and I think if you collect enough and use it, you'll get an enchant. I think I do remember looking at that enchant. We'll have to see if it's worthy of actually caring about. Some of these enchants, they require so much, and then it's like Ghostly Blow, like I've talked about before, where it's like, you really want me to farm for 10 hours for Ghostly Blow? Nobody even uses it. So it's just one of those things where they just didn't get the grind right for the content, but I did actually have a lot of fun farming these guys out, and I did realize very quickly that for open world, this is a fairly strong spec. It does remind me of having Blizzard and just using the Blizzard, except there's a little bit more versatility there, and it's better for PvP, obviously. I won't get caught out as often. Like I said, though, we didn't find anybody else to fight, but we did get these quests done, so we could turn them in and see what we get. Okay, so I only found the one player. I did run all over the place looking for somebody else. I got 2 quests done, though, which is nice, so we could turn those in and we get something called Lesser Profane Essence. We know this from the TBC expansion. So basically, I can use them to unlock these nodes in the open world that drop materials. Most of these suck, though, and the only ones that are really good, in my opinion, are in the tier 3 zones, and it would be something like the heroic Bloodforge gear. However, it's kind of feast or famine. These are often camped by people who already have really good gear, or if it's a multi-zone, they're obviously going to win with numbers. But we might end up using this stuff. I knew the caster guy was going to be somebody that I do try PvP on this season, because casters are just broken. Doesn't mean there aren't really good melee builds, it just means, you know, casters in particular feel broken to me. But when it works, guys, and you can actually get some fair fights going, even if it's just one, it does feel good. When I'm in a BG and let's say both teams don't have a healer, it feels fun. When I'm in a BG and I at least have a healer, even if the enemy team does have one, that's awesome because I can actually get into the fight and do damage. So overall, it's fun. I do want to keep queuing, to be honest with you, though. So I can just show you guys what's happening right now. I just got into one of those BGs where you're just on the team that auto wins. By my very best assessment, the only thing I can come up with is that the enemy team is just full of people with no gear. And the reason I think that is because when I attack them, they don't do any damage to me, and they all have less HP than me.
No shit.
It seems pretty reasonable to me. So I'm showing you guys that now. We pushed them all the way back to the graveyard, dominated them in every which way. I joined this late even, but I fit my team quite nicely in that regard. I went 4-1 so far, only 17k damage, but I've only been in here for a few minutes, and it's just been domination. I don't want it to detract too much from how much fun this build genuinely is to play, but I already want to say that I did give Dutch, and I also gave Liquid for Koa a lot of feedback. And I gave him feedback in every way, and I do it because whether it's logical for me to feel this way or not, let me know if I'm taking on too much responsibility. I just feel like taking on responsibility is never a bad thing necessarily, but I feel responsible for trying to make this game good. Obviously, I'm not a developer, but I do have somewhat of a say, and my influence in some regards does make a difference sometimes. I've made a lot of changes happen. So if things are bad or I feel like you guys are being exploited, I feel like that's a reflection of me, and so I have to do something, right? I have to give my 2 cents. So I sent them pretty lengthy messages, and they tend to respond to some varying degree, and we'll see. We'll see. You know, Dutch already told me Chapter 2 is going to have a bunch of changes. However, he made it seem like they're not that deep. They're a bunch of changes, but still within the confines of a system that they've almost kind of accepted as being good. And I can name things right off the bat that need to be changed. You know, the skill card vendor needs to sell skill cards, not randomized ones, just like last season. The draft mode needs changes. If we're going to keep the current rarity system, there needs to be a cap, you know what I mean? And I think I outlined it pretty nicely, very quickly earlier in the video. That's how easy I feel like it would be to fix. However, I think a lot of us expected a brand new system in Season 8. So I think a lot of us are feeling that tumultuousness of like, huh, you told me this was going to be the biggest season of all time. Why is it just season 7 with more grinds? And I don't know, just stuff like that. Overall, though, if you can find something like this to play and you can play against the right type of people who have gear like you, it's actually intensely fun. That's why I have so much want to play Project Ascension PvP, because when it's like wall leveling, for example, and so power levels are actually down, and you can actually get away with doing wonky things like I did so far with Absolute Zero, mostly wall leveling, that was some of the most fun I've had. It's not till max when things get nasty that, you know, it's less fun. I think my caster guy is going to be more of my PvP guy for Season 8 so far, though. Of course, we will see if any changes come, and I'll keep you guys updated on that as changes maybe come or not, and we'll come up with more builds. But I will say, I think the next video we work on is not going to be as much PvP focused as much as it's going to be Mythic Plus focused. I need to do all the way up to a Mythic 10 key, brand new build, obviously, that's going to do really good DPS, come in first place. Oh, there we go. I'm literally just talking at the end. It's not that deep. But yeah, stuff like that. Got plenty of builds to try. So yeah, it's just something to keep in mind. I do need 5 more 1v1 arena skirmishes to complete this daily. Okay, let's see how we do, guys. First game in this set of 5. We're up against a guy that looks normal. Wait, did I just kill this gnome in high risk? Oh, poor little baby pink-haired pigtail gnome. Oh, okay. Oh, they're here. Look, they just realized. Oh, my goodness, little thing. Well, I'm just going to kill you real quick. 968 Frostbolt crits. I think that can be doubled, dude, with enough gear. Like, when there's power levels, like, within PvP of that magnitude of difference, it's insane. Okay. Let's actually do some more, and hopefully we go up against somebody different. Okay, here's a dude, ZKD. He's a male orc. That always seems good to me. The people that try the hardest in these games tend to play female characters, and I really don't know how to quantify that or qualitate it, to be completely honest with you, dude. I don't even know what I'm saying. Let's just go in. He's melee, but he's trying to do a weird thing. I don't understand it entirely. He's pillar humping as a melee. Let's just hold you in there. Get that frost bomb off. He's gonna get pulled back, right, Ascension? There we go. It was way too late. It did happen, though. Frost freaking log for 5 seconds. Okay, apparently he got out of that quick. Okay. This dude has 7,700 HP with no way to actually raise his HP as a buff. The dude just Divine Shield pain suppression, dude. Will you get stunned for once? He did get stunned. Of course, I'm perma-slowed. I'm also interrupted. There's been nothing I could do so far. The only thing I can do is hope that he starts to slip. All right, absolute 0. Frost Bomb, Ursul's Vortex. Will he actually be forced to stay in it for once? We shall see. Will you actually stay in it? Can you get stunned? He did get pushed. It's a little late, I feel like, though. There's a stun right there. I'm already out of mana, okay? All I can do is run level 1 Frostbolt, and of course I'm interrupted. I'm actually going to put that in the video. It's just nutty, man. Oh no, it's Kibble. So this was one of the guys that just, he's so undergeared compared to me, it feels like. It's not a fair fight, you know, or there's a build diff. That's what it was, I think. Because watch, I don't think he can kill me, no matter what I do. I think I can sit on him just like this. This isn't skill, by the way. Nobody's claiming to be good here, but I am proving a point. Right, he got pulled back. That's nice. Okay, there we go. Another one of those into the stun. I put that stun way off, dude. He still got stunned by it, lol. But like, he doesn't have enough stuff to sit on me. He has no way to interrupt me. Do you know what I mean? Like, not having an interrupt as a melee right now. Can you imagine that? So, okay. Well, we completed our daily, which is nice. We did have 2 good fights in there, I will say. The people had pretty much the same gear as me. Some of them actually had more. Like, some of these dudes are sporting over 7,000, maybe even 8,000 HP. No power word for it. No commanding shout. Nothing. Like, I know you can do some talents for it, but it doesn't equal that much of a diff, dude. Not unless you're a tank or something, man. So we did get something from that, though, which is a callboard cache. Okay, Unyielding Maul, Legionnaire's Dreadweave robe, but I already have it. Again, the PvP gear sucks. Cyclone Spalders, 61 item level. Okay, it's all vendorable. When I was doing my high-risk stuff, I did get some stuff, but maybe only like 40 gold worth of items off the people I killed. I got these weird things like the Impotent Core Effigies. It's for all the high-risk profession stuff and things like that, I can only imagine. It hasn't really felt enticing for me to go into yet, though. I feel like I've shown that when you can make this stuff work right, it's so freaking fun. Can you imagine porting just this guy as its own class? Like, I know it's kind of like a Frost Mage, but not really. It has the stun in there too and the Ursul's Vortex. But can you imagine giving up some of your, you know, traditional utility as a Frost Mage, like actually having a normal Nova, even having the Water Ellie and the freeze from the Water Ellie, having the Polymorph, and instead having Ursul's Vortex and Capacitor? Like, it would be an equal trade, and it would be so fun to play against, like, retail warriors. Not like modern retail, but like old school. And rogues and all that stuff, you know? It would just be so fun. However, we've we've really got to do something about the way things are right now. And that's part of the reason I wanted to release this video with the information that I did. It's always thought out more than you might think. Hopefully changes happen and we can get better and better PvP. I don't want to see as many people in world chat, for example, saying, I need people to queue for PvP. How come nobody's in the queue? And then people are like, PvP is dead. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want people to feel this way. I want people to have fun. Same with High Risk. Everybody's like in world chat. I see it every day. People are like, High Risk sucks. And it's not normal complaining because you died. It's like, no, nobody's out there. There's nobody for me to fight. This is not me saying it. Other people will be saying it, right? And I'm like, oh no. But I did want this to be a PvP video. I wanted to do something different. Wanted to do that arena. Wanted to do that High Risk. Wish I could have found more people, of course, and all that jazz. And we will see what happens. As I told you in my last video, Dutch is considering a brand new mode, basically, that you could level 1 to 60 in, and I think that would be perfect for High Risk, and that would be wonderful if they do something like that. The only issue is thinking that it's going to take months before it actually gets in the game. I don't feel like we have months, but we shall see. And I might even do a Dragonflight video if I can actually make it to 70 and stomach that and like actually have some fun with it. I've been healing right now on my Evoker. I'm not even sure if Evoker or Dracthyr is what I'd want to play, but that's a possible thing for the future. But before we end the video, guys, let's do the giveaway from the last video. I'll give you guys some awesome stuff. And yeah, Frostbolt, Absolute Zero, Pendulum, Critical Frostbolt, Powerful Frostbolt, Shatter, which is just adding a little bit extra to the Ice Lance, but it's fine. Frostbolt, Balance of Power, Ice Flows, Lunar Guidance. This part of it actually feels correct. It feels good. I'm giving up a lot. I don't have Death Coil, don't have everything I need, don't have to go through the list again, but you know what? Assume that you got Death Coil, right? And assume you got Dragon's Breath. Just adding those two spells to this build would be nutty. It's not the only stuff, but it would be nutty. Okay, from the last video, guys, let's see who wins. Holy crap. I actually want to read this, even though he didn't leave his username, so I'm going to pick somebody else. He says, honestly, it feels like a lot of the current issues the seasonal servers are running into stem from draft mode itself, and I guess I agree with that first sentence based on everything I've said. The fact that new ways to fine-tune your build keep getting added or made easier and easier is just pushing it towards free pick with extra steps and more headaches. And the problem, of course, with that is the point of draft is not just to be random, it's to limit player power so that not every single person on the enemy team in PvP has the same divine shield, right? Has the exact same, setup for, let's say, closing a gap or even creating one. You don't want every guy to have Blink that wants Blink. Some of those dudes need to be using Demon Leap. Some of them need to be using Disengage, like you need to have variety. That's what creates fun. He then says, then add in the honestly amazing World Enchants, and he says it's just another layer of needing precise skill sets, and the issues compound into people only caring about speed running new characters or prestige ranks to reroll. Exactly, right? It's not just that though. The World Enchants have way too much grinding attached to them for literally no reason other than to waste your time and make you think that you're having fun. Like, don't get me wrong, there's absolutely nothing wrong with some enchants requiring reputation or certain quest lines or something like that. My problem is when you have to have something that drops off a mob and it takes 16 hours to grind it off the mob. That's what I mean. That's kind of what some developers do mostly with mobile games now, but it's obviously been trickling for about 5 years or more now into the, normal game landscape. That's why everything has a battle pass now. Like, what they're trying to do is make you think that you're accomplishing something by creating a longer period of time in order to obtain it for every little thing. Every little thing. So I think that, coupled with the fact that you also do need, as he's saying, very highly specific skill sets, do cause people to prestige a lot, but I think that's by design. People don't just want to do it, they don't just want to go fast. Ascension did this on purpose, because not necessarily in a malicious way or malevolent way, because of course they are good normal people trying to make money and have a good life and not, be destitute or whatever it might be. At least I'm assuming, right? But, they are purposefully trying to make you buy more auras and buy more XP pots. And how do you make people do that? Well, you make it to where they have to go 1 to 60 a quadrillion times due to horrible designed bad RNG, or perhaps intentionally designed bad RNG. Anyway, he goes on to say, which not everyone sees as fun. He's talking about prestiging constantly versus actually getting to make the builds work and play content with said fun builds. And that's the problem. Like, fun, you get gaslit by a minority of the community on this type of stuff, where the people who really like, figuring out what's the most broken stuff among this batch of broken stuff, and they then have fun destroying you with it, but then you sit there thinking, but don't you want to play the other 90% of the spells and combinations in the game?
Nope.
And that's what he means by fun. You know, it's like the other 90% of the build combinations out there, like mine, just to be completely honest with you, that I just showed you guys, which is always going to be beat by somebody that just picked Entangling Roots, Death Coil, Dragon's Breath, etc., etc., etc. So, okay, he also ends with, even the new draft mode improvements don't necessarily address the issue that the new spells and enchants just seem to be built with Area 52 in mind, despite not being made for that realm. And what's even worse is a lot of you Area 52 players out there keep saying you need to advocate for Area 52 changes, man. Like, we have nobody to speak up for us, and I don't exactly know what that means because I don't play on that server and I do dog it sometimes as well, but I will say Area 52 should probably have all of the same World Forge enchants, all of the same updates as the main game. Otherwise, it feels weird. Like, is Area 52 even the main server? But some people read the descriptions that Ascension gives them, which clearly states that Area 52 is the main realm, and they then get really confused because it doesn't have any of the actual fun stuff on it. So, okay, yeah, I agree with this guy 100%, but I just want to read that out because I thought it was interesting. Pick a winner, though. There we go. Absolute Madman. Would like to see something vampire-themed added in the future, maybe for a healer. Twilight Embrace has a random enchant that makes it heal from bleeds, which is a cool idea, especially, yeah, if you can make it heal other people based on bleeds, right? I don't know if that's how it's working, but his in-game name is Shem. Okay, Shem, here you go, buddy. A care package, a bunch of awesome stuff, 26 slot bags, hearthstones, all sorts of stuff. I'll even give you 100 gold. GG, bro. And there you go. As always, leave a comment in the comment section below with your in-game name in it on the Thrall server. You have a chance of winning a little care package yourself in the next Ascension video. But anyway, guys, Absolute Zero Frostmaster builds, man. It's fun. It's really, really sick. Once again, you're not going to see combos like this often unless you really try hard to go for it, bro. But all this AoE Ursul's Vortex Capacitor Totem with the Absolute Zero, super fun, and I actually really like this build. I'm probably going to keep it, just like queue up a little bit more just to have some fun, and maybe buy some more PvP gear for a future build. And yeah, Mythic Plus coming up, bro. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Make doubles out.